Hello, friends. Today I'm going to talk about one of the Niyamas, and these are behavioral actions that we need to perform and put energy into in order to rise above our negative karma and make progress towards the light. If we can put our energy into right action, it will eliminate our bad karma. It will strengthen us so that we can soar in spirituality. And the niyama that I'm going to be talking about today is contentment. And many sages call this the supreme virtue. Contentment means acceptance of others, of oneself, and it also has a connotation of optimism, of hope, of feeling, okay, this is where I am, but I am moving forward. I will attain the freedom of spirit that I long for. I think Yogananda would equate contentment in a way with even-minded and cheerful, the mandate that he gave us to always keep our consciousness centered in the self and uplifted. It's very important, especially during these days when there's so many outward tests, so much going on in the world. It's easy to drop into a consciousness of worry and fear. But instead, we need to live in this moment, the fact that we are still breathing, we are still being fed, being housed, being taken care of, and realize that everything comes to us from God. There's a beautiful saying in Isaiah, in the Bible, He will keep in perfect peace all those who trust in Him. So let's be part of that crowd, part of those who trust in Him, and calm our hearts. We need that self-control. We need to practice being in the moment, trusting God in the moment, referring everything that happens moment to moment to God, always asking inwardly, Lord, what do you have in mind? There's a beautiful story that Hanel Cassidy used to tell. He was one of the founding members of Ananda. And he used to be a very high-level fashion photographer in New York City in the 40s, I think, maybe early 50s. Anyway, he had a little daughter who was just the quintessential beautiful child, blonde hair, blue eyes, very intelligent, very beautiful. And when she was a little girl, maybe 10 years old, she would come to the set sometimes with her father and be part of the photo shoot for fashion magazines. And she would have lots of people fussing over her, her dress, her clothes, her hair, her shoes, her posture, her position in the photo shoot, all these different things, lots of people fussing. And she was totally unaffected by any of it. She would go through all of this rigmarole, and then she would come up to Hanel and say, Daddy, what would you like me to do? And I've always loved that because in a way that is each of us. Lots going on, lots of commotion, but inwardly we just need to say to our Heavenly Father, what would you like me to do? So let's stay in that consciousness. Let's be right in this moment. Be optimistic, be hopeful, be content in the self. My mother on the phone yesterday, she's having a difficult time. She's 93 and she had just fallen again. She's recovering from broken bones and in a lot of pain. And she was saying to me, now you have to be careful. And I thought, well, I've survived all these decades and God has taken care of me. Yes, we have to plan for the future. Yes, we have to be prepared. In these days, the governor is telling every Californian to be prepared to evacuate their home because of the fires. Yes, we need to do all those things, to do everything we can to be smart, to be prepared, to be careful. But the most important thing that we need to do is to trust in God and ask Him in every moment what we should do. If we practice contentment, if we are even-minded and cheerful, if we are at peace in the inner self, it is the best thing we can do to be prepared. Because if we have that quietness of spirit, then we can hear the guidance that God is whispering to us. Most of all, we need to live in that contentment. I wanted to read for you something that I came across today from the Bible. It's from Jeremiah. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So let us remember these words, and also remember the words of Anandamoy Ma when she was asked about the troubled state of the world. She was quiet for a moment, and then she said, "Don't you think that He who made the world knows how to take care of it?" God made each of us, and He knows how to take care of us. Let us trust in Him. God bless you.